Hey everyone, Lance here, and I've got John with me again today.
Hello.
John is going to be building his first PC as he just got frustrated gaming on his Mac with an eGPU. Isn't that right, John?
Yeah, it was getting eGPUs on a Windows boot camp. The experience is good when it works, but it's not so great when it doesn't. So looking forward to having a dedicated gaming PC, I think.
So John has come over to the PC Master Race and joined us. So John is going to show you what he has got for his build here. He's going all AMD, so another AMD build on the channel, which I'm pretty excited about. It seems to be looking like the way to go if you're on a bit more of a budget. So what have you got, John?
So I'm reusing the Vega 64, which I've had in my eGPU. I will upgrade it probably in like a year's time, I think. Just seeing how what AMD does, but for now, sticking with this. I decided to go with the R9 3900X, which is, to be fair, a little bit overkill for what I'm using it for. But I've only ever owned Macs and I've never been able to choose my own processor, so getting something that has a lot of power just felt like the right thing to do. Also sticking to the same sort of methodology, 64 gigs of RAM, with it being a mini ITX build. I guess you don't really get the choice of an upgrade path to install extra sticks of RAM, so I thought why not just max it out.
So what is it?
It's
64 gigs, 3200 megahertz, so super fast RAM. That should be nice. Ryzen loves fast RAM, so that's good.
The next thing, just 1 terabyte into SSD by Kingston. I did originally want to go for a Crucial one, mainly because it was cheaper, but it turned out that the lockdown didn't help with shipment. So I have this instead, which will be more than enough for what I'm after. Motherboard, the B450i.
Republic of
Gamers. I like this case. I've seen a lot of reviews on this, and this seems like one of the best ones for the price. One of the things that helped me choose it was it has an M.2 slot on the back, so you can have 2.M.2 drives. 2.M.2 drives. Because one of the things I do want to do with this build later down the line is Hackintosh it, and I want to have a separate drive to do that. Also has RGB lighting, and it also has built-in Wi-Fi. That's a pretty big thing for me, because you only get the one PCI Express slot. So yeah, why not have it built into the motherboard? Just some other bits and pieces, a couple of fans for the case. RGB lighting, of course. It's addressable RGB lighting, so that'll be fun. You can turn it on and off. An Noctua case fan for the case as well. No real reason why I bought this, just because I like the idea of Noctua and them being quite quiet.
They're good fans.
Yeah, and sticking with the Noctua, I bought this. I can't remember what this is called. It's called TL901. Oh, that's right. It's called an AXP90. You can get them from AliExpress. They're about $50 New Zealand. I did put a Noctua fan on this, which I believe I've probably put on the wrong way, so the coldie's going in. I don't know which way the best way to have it mounted is, but I guess I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But this is a decent cooler. With the ITX build and the case that I'm using, I don't have a lot of space for a massive cooler. There is a Noctua cooler, which I probably should have gone with, that a lot of people use and build similar to what I'm doing. But I chose this one. It was cheap, and I will probably upgrade it at some point.
It's got 4 heat pipes. I don't know if they're copper or not, but
no, I think they're aluminium.
And it is designed for AM4. It's not just a generic mounting system.
How horrible would that be if I just bought one that didn't work? A PCI Express, PCI Ryzen cable, some custom cabling for the power supply. Speaking of power supply, it's just of course the SF600. It's not the platinum one. It's the cheaper one of the two. So that might come back to bite me in the future, because it might be a little bit hotter than the platinum one.
Okay. And it's 80 plus gold, so it's still a good.
That was my
power
supply. Yeah.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
never really purchased a power supply before, but it is quite. It was just, to me, it's like, well, I might just buy the cheaper one.
Yeah, and the case.
And the case, that's probably my most favourite part. Now this is a Formula X1. You might notice that it looks shockingly like a Ghost S1. I did originally really want to get a Ghost S1 case, but those are near impossible to get, and the ones that you can get are incredibly expensive. into New Zealand. So this was probably close to about 500 New Zealand, you know, from buying it to getting it shipped to my door. I do think the build quality might be a little bit better than the actual Ghost S1. It's solid aluminum, feels really sturdy, feels really strong, and has you know, some slight differences than the Ghost S1, but this, yeah, building it, I'm coming from Mac, so I wanted to have something that was aluminum and a decent size, and this does look like something that Apple would build.
Yeah.
So very excited to build into that.
Something interesting too is, like John said, if you compare reviews of this and side-by-side comparisons with the Loki Ghost S1, this actually seems to have a far superior build quality, not even slightly better. People say that the machining and the tooling is actually far superior, and this is arguably a better case to get.
Yeah, and based off reviews, like I've not seen a Ghost S1 in real life, but based off reviews that I've seen and just the stuff that I've read, it seems that this is a better case. The only downside is it's only available in Taobao, so you have to use the service or you buy it directly from them. So there is a level of difficulty getting it in.
Yeah.
But overall, very, very happy to have this case. So it looks perfect for what I'm after.
Compatibility, water cooling, forbid.
Yeah, the water cooling is forbid.
Forbid.
So no water cooling today.
No water cooling for us today, but maybe some more of that stuff soon. But we're going to get in and put this bad boy together. Probably might be a quite fast build, we're hoping, even though it's small form factor and it's a bit of a tight squeeze. We're gonna try and keep this one quick and try and get it all up and running tonight. It's like, what, almost 10 p.m?
Yeah, it's 9:43 p.m.
Yeah, 9:43, 10 p.m. And we want to get it done tonight and figure out where we're dropping, boys. It's all built and it's up and running. We've got Windows running in the background there. The install went super smoothly. What did you think? How did you think the build went, John?
I think I could have probably done a bit more research with those bloody fans. Had a lot of trouble getting those fans in, and I think that's mainly because there's not a lot of clearance. So that's something that will have to be addressed in the not so distant future. But overall, the overall experience wasn't too difficult, just a bit finicky in parts.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very happy with the build. It looks like it's very tidy and should run great. But you know, definitely looking forward to maybe replacing the CPU cooler or upgrading the airflow a little bit better.
With that being said about the fans though, of course, it's a blower style GPU, so it draws air in the front here, and then exhausted out the back, and then that's isolated. Same with the power supply in the back and out the top. And then the CPU cooler is downdraft blowing onto the CPU and the surrounding components. So everything's kind of isolated into its area, even though there's no case fan, which John probably wants to do something about in the near future, but for now it's okay. We've been running synthetic benchmarks for the good part of close to probably 2 hours, and we're seeing temps in the kind of high 70s range, sometimes high 60s on the CPU, depending on the task that's being run. And I think for this size system, that's completely acceptable for sure. I mean, we're not hitting sort of TJ Max or anything like that, nowhere near it, so we're not throttling or anything, so I think all's well.
Yeah, happy with it, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
More builds coming soon. I mean, this is smaller than the Razer Core eGPU you've got.
Yeah, no, it's way smaller, so it'll be nice to sort of have a bit more disk space.
Yeah, for sure. Any final thoughts?
No, just build a PC, it's really easy. And there's lots of cases out there to choose from to have have a personalised build. So 10 out of 10 would recommend, and thanks for your help, man.
Simple, straightforward, no worries, John. Hopefully we will have more content coming up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the bell button if you want to see more soon. And stay safe, everyone. Still dangerous times out there.
That's true.
See you in the next one.
Adios.